Purchase orders. Generating an order manually and importing orders. So in the previous videos, we've done importing based on minimum maximum, importing based on previous sales. But there may be times you want to generate the order manually and just put the items in yourself, but still benefit from doing everything properly and keeping track of which items were ordered, which items came in, and so on. So if you want to create an order manually, click on Stock Functions, Purchase Orders. So we're going to do a new order, again with Canigan. And I'll call this something like that. Whatever, doesn't matter. So you press tick. And now we have our new order. You press Edit Order Items. Now to put the items in manually, we could click on Add One Line and put something in. Notice it's already filtered the supplier as Canigan. So we could type in something like that and say I want to order these several items here. And they all get added in there. You can then choose how many you want to order. So you might want to order 2 of them and 5 of them and work your way through. If the product doesn't exist, you can also insert a new product and add the item to an order all in one go. And if for whatever reason you've been putting the items in just the quantities you wanted, you can press that, which will round all the quantities upwards. As I said in a previous video, you can also use Quick Add, so you can just start searching by typing it in there, press enter, down and up arrows, press the spacebar, 5, and it will do the next one. You can turn asking quantity off and on if you're always going to be ordering in ones, and there's some extra tools here to say order in cases or auto clear the results on the ad. So the reason why you might not want to be ordering in cases is you could be reordering from another store, not necessarily from a supplier. But in this case, we are ordering from a supplier. And then you can click that to pin it or just hide it out the way again. You can also have images open as well, so you can see if the product you're ordering is the correct one. Make it a bit wider, you get the tools on the right. So we could even search for an image online, and any pictures come up, you just press tick, and there it is. So you could, when you're looking through, you could check that the item you're ordering is actually the right item. Another good way of doing it is you can, if you click on this button here, you can say delete all items in order. So let's just get rid of all those. And what you could do is click generate order and just say insert all items from a supplier. So if you click this, it will insert all 97 products that we can order from Canigan, but they will all have a quantity of 0. And then what you can do is looking down, maybe because you've got like total sold or something, try and work out based on your current quantity. If you're still doing it manually, you could say I'll have 1 of those, 5 of those, 3 of those, 2 of them, 6 of them, 8 of them, and so on. When you're finished doing that, if you click on the little arrow next to delete selected, you can press delete all items with a quantity of 0, and that will then leave you with just the items you actually want to order. So again, doing things manually, that's not a bad way of put all the items in, as long as there's not too many. If there's obviously like something like 5 or 10,000, that way may not be the most suitable. But if you've only got, say, several hundred, you could insert all of them in the order and then just delete the ones you don't need. Another good tab on there, by the way, is which suppliers you can order from as well. So sometimes you might want to leave that open too, so you can see who you can get it from and who's cheapest. Rather than right-clicking each item, you can just use the up and down arrows and the suppliers tab will update automatically. The last way of ordering manually, the second to last, is generate an order. You can also do it from a previous order and just change the quantities accordingly. But it is import items from a supplier. Okay, so maybe the supplier has given you a CSV or spreadsheet or something. You've already sent the order off, but now they send it you electronically back of what you're going to commit to ordering, and then you want to import it. So you can go import items from a supplier. Okay, and from here you can import it from a CSV or clipboard. Now it just so happens I've got one already made here, so I would select all of those, copy it to the clipboard, and then just click clipboard there, and that will go in. You can then click on that and press delete on your keyboard and delete that row if you want to. Now what you do is you map each column. So I say that one's the supplier code. This one is the case cost. So you don't have to update costs, of course, by the way, and you can turn that off if you don't want to. But if they give it you, it's an excellent time to be able to update your costs while you're doing it. And this is the case quantity, so put that in there as well. And now choose your items. You can say insert new items on, yes. And do you want to check items within the order? Well, we're not doing the checking yet. We're just literally inserting the items in. So if I press tick now, would you like to view the results? You can press tick if you want to, and it shows you what it's imported. So this one was ignored because that was just the header. I expected that. So you can close that. And now here's your order, ready to go. So if your supplier has sent you what you've actually got, import them. You can also use that same tool for checking the orders. If they say you ordered 10 but they've only got 6, import it and it will mark in the arrived column what's come in and what hasn't. The last way of inserting items into an order is by using the PDA. You can create the order here and then go on the PDA and then say check items on a purchase order, and as you scan each one you can just set quantities of what you want to order. So you can go around scanning the SEL barcodes in case it's off sale, and that's a final way of putting items into the cart. Once you're finished, next comes the sending of the order, but that is how you would perform a purchase order, but by inserting the items manually. Remember, of course, you can also have multiple orders open, and you can even right click and cut the records and paste them into a different order. So you can cut and copy and paste between orders as well there.